Hello everyone and welcome back to Football Manager 2019 and a brand new part of our Newcastle United series as we continue our sensational run in the league after having a really tough time for the entire season where we did stay competitive. We started out okay, we've had a few wins, we've lost a lot of games. Over the last 6 matches, out of 18 points, we have taken 16 of them. We have absolutely turned around our season at the best possible time. But now we have 2 absolutely massive games. We've got Spurs at home and United away. I'm going to play both of them today, so you'll see both of these matches. And as you can see, we are currently in 7th place. This is my minimum aim. I want to finish ideally 6th, but 7th. And just get that European football if we can. We're only 8 points off the Champions League places, but Chelsea do have another game in hand there, so that's a little bit unrealistic. But if they did lose there, 8 points across 5 games is not unheard of. It would be an absolute miracle, and we would have to win our remaining 5 games. But Watford are the team we're really trying to beat. If we can finish above them, we're doing well. If we can hold off Spurs as well, who are not an easy team, that would be really helpful. Unfortunately, Wolves have dropped off the pace a bit. They've played a game more than us and are a point behind. So Wolves quickly falling out of this race. So it's Spurs who are the real challenge today. Now, we did play Crystal Palace in between this, and I was a little bit worried. I was expecting us to, eventually end up losing a game, and by the way this one started, I felt like this would be the one because the ball came out. Here was Van Aanholt to Tompkins, back into Van der Hoom, and there was Soloff, who is sensational from what I can tell. That was his 9th goal of the season. Boodaboos back to Yedlin, managed to keep the ball in, found Hayden 9 minutes into the game, laid it up for Ki Sung-young. Lucky deflection off the defender, but it was going on target. It did count as his goal. And then in 23rd minute, Haps challenging down the left, put the ball to the back stick, Boodaboos knocks it down, and Ki Sung-young in the right place to get his 2nd of the game and give us the lead, overturning that deficit. Then Yedlin, over half an hour played, came in, swung the ball across, and Kennedy with a great header into the top corner to make it 3-1. And then really late in the game, 93rd minute, Townsend. This is a really nice move actually. Cut between 2 midfielders, found Benteke, beautifully weighted ball, and what a finish that is by Soloff into the top corner for his 10th goal of the year. So that was really interesting, that game. I'm glad we managed to get through it, and now we've won 5 of our last 6. And it's just sensational, this form against not 2 easy teams. This win against Chelsea was unbelievable, but can we do it now against Spurs? That's the real question. We're going to go into the game and just see what we can do. It is going to be tough, but it's so important. We are at home. We've got that advantage. You can see we've got Barbosa up top with Kennedy, Boodaboos and Murphy behind him. Key and Hayden in central midfield. Haps, Clark, Lascelles and Yedlin, and Dubravka in goal. Spurs playing with Harry Kane up top. Sisto, Eriksson and Mora in attacking midfield, Winks and Dyer in central midfield, then Rose, Vertonghen, Sanchez and Trippier, and Lloris in goal. They're a really strong side. I don't understand why they are where they are in the league. I think Rafa Benitez is actually now their manager as well. So interesting sort of turn of events. Actually, we're above them, despite him moving to what should have been a much bigger club. But a lot of that is down to the 16 points we've picked up in the last 6 matches. And if we can make it 19 points out of 21, that would be unbelievable. But here's Key, charging forward, finds Kennedy, outside to Haps, just 3 minutes played. We are good at making the early starts. Now Kennedy plays in Key. He's got 2 players to his right, and he went for goal. You can understand it after getting 2 in the last game, but he had 3 players to his right that he didn't pick out. And now we've got another blooming injury. The number of injuries that I've had lately is unreal. Fortunately, none of them for excessive periods of time, but it just disrupts the flow of the game when you're having to make substitutions 15 minutes in. Here's Murphy though, on to Hayden, plays it over to Key, goes for goal, and he's put it over the top. And maybe we need to set him to stop shooting so much on the evidence of this. I know he's full of beans and confidence after that last game where he did get 2 goals, but we do need to be clever here. This is a huge match. Here's Boodaboos with the corner, cleared out by Vertonghen, Yedlin chasing it up. Does get there, finds Boodaboos again. Ball put into Kennedy, plays it on to Murphy, and he's hit the post. Kennedy following up though, does get the goal. Murphy gets the assist. He should have got the goal, to be honest, with his position there, but he hit the post, and Kennedy following up did manage to finish it, and that's a benefit of being unselfish there, Kennedy, because when Budaboos put this one in, he could have had a shot there, but he played it across, Murphy off the post, and just a lucky rebound gives us that crucial lead we need here to just kick Spurs a bit further behind us and make sure they're not a challenger. Now here's Budaboos, puts the ball in, Vertonghen away, Gabriel Barbosa gets to it. He's got 4 or 5 players up there still in the box. He's looking to put the ball in on a cross. He does. Sanchez brings it down and clears it. And he has found Harry Kane. Now this could be dangerous. He's being forced out wide, which is where we want him, and Haps easily gets the ball back. Now Hayden, back to Shah. Launch forward to Murphy. Oh, big tackle from Danny Rose. Nothing doing, says the ref. And now Sisto gets in behind. Shah couldn't stop him. And, oh, he had 2 bites of the cherry and couldn't finish it, Sisto. And we do stay a goal ahead. It was really good of Dubravka to make that first save, but he had to score the follow-up. And we are ahead by the skin of our teeth at the moment. As we head into this half-time whistle, it looks like we are going to have the lead intact, and this is brilliant because it will make sure that we're stuck in that 7th position, and it's really hard for Wolves or Spurs to actually come and get us from here. So I'm going to tell the team not to be complacent. Only a couple of players not reacting brilliantly to that, most of them up in their concentration, allegedly, we'll see. But the second half underway. Fitness a bit of an issue here, and we've got a corner for Trippier. Puts the ball in, Key gets it away. Vertonghen will lay that after Trippier again. He puts it in, Kane's there. Oh, it's gone all the way through. How has that happened? That's really frustrating. At least if Kane had got a touch on it, I'd have understood it. But the fact it's just gone straight through is really disappointing. Vertonghen here just plays it back to Trippier. Ball goes in, Kane in there, but Dubravka doesn't react. He just lets the ball go in. I think he's waiting for Kane to head it at him, but instead the ball just goes past him into the net. And now Murphy gets another injury. Pearson going to have to come in on that right flank as we chase a winner, or at least the lead back. Half an hour left to play. Still plenty of time. We're really on top in the stats and in the gameplay. 58% possession, 3 times as many shots as Spurs. It does look like we're going to head towards getting the win here. So long as we can find that killer instinct, and that's what we're lacking at the moment. I haven't seen enough from Gabriel Barbosa up top. He needs to get more goals. I think he's only got 2 or 3 this season since we brought him in January. 10 minutes left to go. Yedlin with the throw. Is there a goal here? Back to Dubravka. Now Clark. We've seen nothing of Spurs for a while. Found Kennedy here. Over to Budaboos. Given away though, and Stepanenko can bring it forward. Well cut out. Yedlin gives it away again though. Now Winks. On to Trippier. Down the line for Lucas Moura. This is going to be the dangerous ball. Goes in, but Dubravka with a good catch. And now maybe we can launch a counter-attack. Brings the ball forward. I've only got 1 substitution left to go. That's the issue here. Yedlin attacking down the right. Skips a tackle, does well. Still going, finds Pearson. Can he lay it off? He does. He finds Key. Key might shoot. Instead he finds Kennedy. Back to Key. Off the post and cleared away by Rose. And we do not get the goal there. Key dead on his feet. Danny Drinkwater's going to come on in that position just for the last few minutes because Key has had a few chances to win this game and not taken them. I know it was earlier on, but we've got about 5 minutes or so just to maybe sneak a win here. We've had enough shots. We definitely deserve it. A draw's not the end of the world. Losing would be. But with a few minutes left to go, it looks like this is definitely heading to that 1-1 draw. There's the full-time whistle. I think we've been robbed there by Spurs. I think we deserve to win that game. And I'm going to tell them they were unlucky and hopefully keep that morale up. I mean, 7 matches, we've won 5 and drawn 2. You cannot complain with that because the form is fantastic. But it means it's still just a 1-point gap over Spurs. Wolves are just 2 points behind. If we lose and they both win, we're looking down in 9th place there. And it looks very difficult from that point on. We're 7 points behind Man City and 2 points behind Watford. And we do play Watford in a couple of days' time. So let's go ahead to this United game and see if this sinks our season. But it is now time for this game against Manchester United. They are the favourites, but they're inconsistent in their form. But they are pushing for the title, 5 points behind Liverpool. They must win today, otherwise that title is going to slip away to bitter rivals Liverpool as well. They are in a Champions League semi-final, I think it is as well. Having drawn with Juventus in midweek, we've had a full week's rest, which will do us a huge favour. You can see how we're planning to line up today. Kieran Clark's got a knock, but he's fit, so I'm just going to leave him in the team. I think he'll be alright. No major surprises. We've got Perez alongside Barbosa up the top, with Kennedy and Boudebouz outside. Key and Hayden continue in midfield. Haps, Clark, Shah and Yedlin in defence, with Lascelles out after injury. Dubravka will be in goal and the captain for today, even though I'm not too happy with him. Interesting, they've got McGregor in their team here. Callum McGregor playing for United. Danilo Pereira, another signing. I'm not too worried about this United team. I think that we can give them a good go. We are 7 games unbeaten at the moment. And it's really easy to give team talks because everybody we're playing have already beaten us earlier in the season. So I just have to say we owe them one. But the game does kick off. If we can win here at Old Trafford, we're quids in. Boudebouz over the bar. I thought that was going to go in. That would have been a sensational free kick from that distance. Early warning shot from Boudebouz, though, who's on 10 or 11 goals this season and just as many assists as well. For under £5 million, he's one of the best buys I've had in a really long time. But 20 minutes in, we are on top at Old Trafford. The big teams really seem to struggle against this tactic, and I don't know if it's because it exploits a team on an attacking mentality, which is the only thing I can assume. But Boudebouz has got a knock, and I'm going to leave him on because I'd rather him do well today than save him for tomorrow. Here's Yedlin. Ball in towards Hayden, nearly half-time. Should be cleared out by Young. Instead he goes short to Danilo. Back to De Gea, ball launched forward. Lukaku's come to claim that. He's going to have a run as well, Lukaku. He looks massive in this game. Lukaku skips a tackle, goes for goal, but puts it wide. He looks enormous there. His little avatar is huge. I would probably say disproportionate, but Boudebouz only as unfit as everybody else in midfield, so I'm not going to take him off. I'm going to leave him on because it might keep him out for the next game, but I'm happy with this. We're 0-0. We're on top. There is no reason we can't win this game. They've brought Juan Mata on to try and change things on for McGregor. And they do have a strong bench. They have game changers on there. But if we keep on top of them and make the most of this, there's no reason we can't take 3 points from Old Trafford. Here's Hayden out to Boudebouz. He's starting to come forward. He's got a man out wide who he's waiting for. He does pick out Yedlin. Ball's going to come back inside for Hayden. He's got options. Finds Boudebouz. Back to Hayden again. Key. Back to Hayden. Puts it through to Boudebouz. Finds Yedlin. Bit of space. Whips it in. Barbosa. Beautiful glancing header. And we do have the lead. Barbosa's 5th goal of the season. And we are 1-0 up against title-chasing Champions League semi-finalists Manchester United at Old Trafford. This is not a small feat. Barbosa there with the header. This is a must-win game for United. If we beat them today, Liverpool essentially secure the title within 2 games. This is how big this is. And we are beating them. Boudebouz with the free kick. Puts it in short to Barbosa. Down to Clark. He goes for goal. Hits the post and De Gea catches it. Anyone but Clark there. And I think it's 2-0. But here's De Gea with the ball. Does launch it forward. Still a highlight here. Comes to Kennedy though, could be in our favour. Back to Clark, the almost goal scorer. Shah out wide to Boudebouz, gives it away. Now Martial, Boudebouz needs to come off. I think Hayden does well to intercept. Back to Shah again, finds Boudebouz. Over to Key. Now Kennedy needs to run forward. He is doing that, taking on United. He's given the ball away though. Now Mata on the attack. Kennedy's been really poor this season. There's no doubt I'm not going to try and sign him. But here's Lukaku. He's got a man free. It's Martial. And Dubravka with a brilliant save there. We need to get Boudebouz off and bring Pearson on. Because Pearson's reasonably good off the bench. He is not good enough to be starting every week. But off the bench, he can sometimes contribute a great assist and occasionally a good goal as well. But we have got 20 minutes left to go. Drink water time. Let's bring him on for the yellow-carded Isaac Hayden. Just make sure we don't get a red. Not much time left. I think Manquillo needs to come on for Yedlin as well. And then let's hope that for the first time in absolutely ages, we don't pick up an injury in this game. There's not long left to go. It's become a pretty even game from where it was in the first half. United really going for this. I'm not going to go defensive. We're just going to stay as we are. We're as likely to score as they attack us as we are to concede. Now here's Manquillo with the throw-in. Goes to Pearson. Drinkwater, Manquillo in a load of space, but Drinkwater puts it in. It comes out to him again. Goes in again. Jones clears it. And I could be about to eat my words. Mata out wide to Martial. Devastating counter-attack here. He's got men over. He's giving it away. Haps needs to clear it back to Dubravka. Oh, out wide to Piazon. Now we can counter. Instead he goes back to Dubravka again. Let's get it away from our goal and not to it, shall we? Here's Clark. Out to Haps. Into added time in about 10 seconds. Kennedy gives it away again. Now Mata over to Martial. In on goal. Puts it wide. And that was the chance for United, I think. That was their chance to get the equaliser. Corner from Key. Puts it in. De Gea comes to claim. There's 40 seconds left on the clock here. Can we get a famous win at Old Trafford? Make it 6 wins from 8 and 8 games unbeaten. Shah, been tackled. Martial. Oh, it's going to be a 94th minute equaliser. Ball goes into Fred. There it is. That's ridiculous. I cannot believe that's how we've given it up. 30 seconds to go. Shah gives the ball away. That is absolutely unbelievable. Lukaku, how's that not a foul? Martial charging forward. Nobody picking up Fred. They've gone to Martial. They should have stayed on Fred, really. But they had 3 players in the box he could have given that ball to. That was always going to be a goal. And a 94th minute equaliser is very frustrating. I know I should have gone defensive, but hindsight's 2020. Key, can he create anything? Finds the Jose Perez. Ball out wide to Manquillo. Whips it in. Oh, cleared away. Manquillo's still got it though. It's not over. Finds the Jose. Now Piazon. Puts it across. Oh, Danilo clears it and Martial away. If we'd scored then, that really would have been absolute drama. But it's a 1-1 draw. We are robbed of a famous win. Got to tell the team that they're unlucky there. We're still 8 games unbeaten. 5 wins, 3 draws is not too bad. He's 1 goal away from 5, which will, I mean, you can have 300 grand if you want. So I think that's a ridiculous goal bonus. 5 games for 300 grand. But as you can see, Spurs can go above us. Wolves would need a big win to go above us. And we're a point behind Watford, who have a game in hand. It's a precarious situation. We're just going to go forward through the Saturday games and see how the other teams do. Wolves have lost. That's a big one. But Watford have won. Spurs have won. And that's kind of along what I was expecting. We're now down to 8th. 4 points off Watford with 3 games left. But we do play them. And Spurs 1 point ahead. If we look at their schedule for the senior squad, Spurs, they're in the Champions League semi-finals against Real Madrid. So Crystal Palace away, Chelsea at home, United at home. I don't think Spurs are going to win those games. And we do have a chance of finishing above them. Watford, if we look at their senior squad schedule, then we can see Fulham, Newcastle, Bournemouth. They're not going to drop that many points in those games. If we beat them, they still need to lose to either Fulham or Bournemouth, and I don't see that happening. So Watford pretty much secured that position. And now it's a fight between us and Spurs with their 1 point lead. But with the number of games they've got, the teams they're playing, I back us to come above them there. And you can see we're on this sensational run of form. We haven't won for a couple of games, but Spurs and United, difficult matches. Huddersfield are 11th. We will beat them. Leicester 13th. And then the Watford game as well. So next time out, I think we may well... what I'm going to do is play the Huddersfield game, and next time out we will have the Watford and Leicester game, end of season review, and finish season 1 there. So if you are enjoying this series, do hit that like button, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and until next time, see ya!